Welcome back. Well, we have Jerry Slusowicz here, who is here on behalf of Pacific Financial Planners. Well, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing great, Lisa. Thanks for having me.
Well, you know, I know we've exchanged emails about what's going on in the market today, and there's a lot going on, and I don't think we can fit all of it in our little 10 minutes, but nonetheless, you know, just give me an overview of what kind of your take is on what's happening for our residents who might be really worried about their income right now.
Sure. Well, I'm going to start big picture. Obviously, you know, the Russian invasion of Ukraine. You know, we've seen the Chinese lockdowns, which has affected supply chain dramatically, and rising inflation, rising interest rates. You know, it's really caused the global economy to stall. We saw the first quarter gross domestic product, GDP, which is the output of the economy, was negative, and 2 quarters in a row. So if this quarter that we're in is also negative, then we could be in a recession. And you know, whether we are or not, you know, it's going to affect our seniors that are more aggressive a lot more than those who kind of had a plan that's more senior oriented, which is designed for income and safety. Right. So as long as they've kind of had a more moderate approach to their investment, they've been okay. But a lot of people, and unfortunately, you know, seniors here have kind of gotten addicted to the stock market over the years because it's been so good for the last dozen or so years that a lot of people kind of overweighted there. And if they had too much money in the market, we've seen a collapse in what they call valuation, and it's caused some problem and some angst for some people. So depending on how their portfolio is positioned, they could be doing okay, or maybe they might have some concerns depending on how they're set up.
Well, exactly. And I know that we've talked about this before where, you know, maybe at an earlier age, let's say, you know, in the mid 40s and 50s, you are a little more aggressive, right? Well, many of those aggressive stocks now have taken a huge dive. But like you said, if somebody's in more of a plan, like a retirement plan, you're not hit as hard, right?
Right. See, what it comes down to, Lisa, is having that kind of a structured plan for your current needs. And there's a big shift from the growth years when you're saving and growing for retirement. Right. But unfortunately, television media spends a lot of time talking about saving for retirement, growing for retirement, and all that to get there. But this community is more designed for how do you withdraw that money safely? How do you make your money last your lifetime?
Right.
And there's got to be this shift from kind of a growth mentality towards more of an income mentality.
Yeah.
And if they've made that shift, the income stocks and things like that have done much better.
Okay.
So,
okay.
you know, it really comes down to, and if you haven't made that shift, it's not too late. You know,
Yeah.
There's still an opportunity to kind of
Right.
look at your own portfolio, your own situation, and make some changes.
Some people would say, you know what, I am jumping out altogether. I'm just going to put it all in cash. Why should they not do that?
Well, okay, great question, Lisa. Is that, first off, you got to look at your situation. All cash isn't going to be able to buy you the things you need because of the inflation rate.
Okay.
We're at around 8%. So if something cost you $100 last year, it costs you $108 this year. Mm-hmm. So if you get zero in your cash, you're still losing purchasing power. Mm-hmm. You're not losing, you still have the same $100, but it can't buy you as much. Mm-hmm. So that's not necessarily a good idea either. And making irrational jumps isn't a financial plan. Mm-hmm. See, a financial plan should be structured towards what you want, what your dreams are, what you can realistically achieve, and then making those decisions, how are you going to achieve them?
Right.
And being all in cash or being all in the market, those are two extremes, and it's somewhere in the middle that they got to really be.
And you have a plan called Safer Money System, which sounds safe.
It's safer. It stands for Sound Advice for Everyone's Retirement.
Ah, got it.
I've been an income specialist for over 30 years, and that's really what it comes down to. Is too many people don't really have a financial plan. They have a hodgepodge of various investments that they've acquired over the years. And many times it's kind of like the old, the person who brought you to the dance, you might as well stay there. So if you're growing your money, that kind of worked for a lot of years, and now you're retired, you're saying, well, what's wrong with that? Well, there's a lot wrong with that if you need income. If you're in a situation where you have plenty of money and you're not withdrawing against your portfolio, then you're okay. You can stay in growth, and if it takes 10, 12 years to recover off these bad economic downturns, then that's okay. Right. But if you're withdrawing 4 or 5% to live.
Right.
Now, if the markets go down, let's say it was $1 million, and you're taking $50,000 out to pay your bills to supplement Social Security.
Right.
Well, you still need the same $50,000 if the market drops in half. Now you're withdrawing 10%. The market never recovers for you. It's not the old, well, just wait, the stock market will recover. It will recover, but you won't if you're needing the income. So that safer strategy really kind of has two things. Don't take big losses, and make sure there's an income component along the way.
I like that. And that's really great to know that you have systems like that in place for our folks. Now, something that you do every month is you have forums. And your forums identify sort of what's going on during that month. I mean, obviously, you just mentioned some things that people might be concerned about. But that is every Tuesday from 3 to 5 p.m. right here in Clubhouse 5. And tell me overall what you hope to achieve with those forums.
Sure. It's the last Tuesday of every month, and 3 to 5 p.m., Clubhouse 5. And what we're talking about are current events, really. What's going on that you can be with a group of peers. We're all 60 plus, and a lot of us have different levels of experience.
Right.
And if you want to know more about money and investments, and we're wondering where you could find out more in a safe environment and have all your financial questions answered by people that have lived it, who've gone through it, that's what the Financial Forum is about. It's
Perfect.
a group of peers. And yeah, there's usually a subject matter that we cover, but then it's really kind of a round robin where people go around and talk about either their issues or things that they're doing that are successes. And it's a shared environment. So it's a safe place for people without being sold something can
Yes.
come and find out more. And so that's
Great. That's great. And it's free, so you don't have to sign up or do you want them to RSVP or
No,
they just show up?
Just show up.
Okay,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
great.
It's a free club. You don't have to
Okay.
worry about being sold something. You don't have to put your name down anywhere. Worry
Wonderful.
about people calling you afterwards.
Good.
It's all just come and share. So that we have people with a lot of experience, and then we have people that are very novice,
Yeah.
and they're sharing their experiences together.
That's a nice idea. I think that's great. Well, thank you so much for the information. Appreciate it.
Thanks again for having me, Lisa.
All right. If you want more information about the forums or about what Jerry's talked about is his safer income plan, you can certainly call the number on your screen or you can go to safeincometodaycom. We'll be right back.